How you feeling 1 week away?
I feel great, man. First of all, I want to thank everybody for coming out. I truly appreciate this. Thank the media for covering this fight and how it should be, because it is a big fight. So I want to thank you guys for that. And other than that, training's going well. Preparation is going well. You know, no injuries. I did everything I had to do. I'm still focused, and it's a week and a half to the fight. And you know, I'm just ready to fight already. The fight was tomorrow. I'll be ready.
The whole thing about the catch weight, I mean, you know, the question is, I mean, at what point are you going to go up to 147?
Yeah.
How long will you stay at 140? And how did the catch weight come about?
You know, as far as the catch weight, you know, in order for this fight to be made, you know, the management, my team, you know, his team, that's the way we agreed at. It wasn't a reason for us to, you know, keep our title just in case, you know, it was nothing like that. So it was just a management decision, it was a team decision. In order for the fight to be made, that's the way we had to fight at. And you know, if I can't make 140 in the summertime, then you know, I would love to fight one more time for the belt. But if I can't do it, then I'll definitely fight 147 in the summertime.
Any disappointment that the belts aren't on the line for this fight? No, it's a big fight anyway.
No, it's a big fight. You know, I know a lot of fans want it to be a unification fight, but it's still a big fight to me. It's still a big fight. You know, and it's the fight the fans wanted. You know. So I'm just happy, you know, the fans are getting a great night of boxing on NBC, and it's time to show the world who's the star at NBC, Danny Garcia.
And what's your thoughts? Other IBF belts out there to get?
I mean,
there's
belts at 147 at IBF, so you know, I still got my whole career to fight for the IBFs and other weight divisions and other championship belts.
What does this Mike Peterson present? Better, different, anything, you know, than say Lucas Matisse and Amir Khan?
You know, those are common opponents that we faced. You know, I knocked Amir Khan out, and I beat Lucas Matisse. Matisse knocked him out, and he had a close fight with Khan. So you know, they say styles make fights, and I say, to be humble, my style is to kick his butt.
Style, he lost to both of them.
That's what I'm saying. My style is to kick his butt.
How well do you
kick this out?
know Peterson and talk to him, or?
No, I never talked to him. The only time I ever was close to him was at the NBC, and we were shooting the commercial, and I was standing next to each other. But
he's a little bit older than you, but even in the amateurs, you guys never crossed paths?
No, because he was a 2004 class, and I was a 2008 class. So, you know, he's Rock Allen got his number, so you know he's used to losing to Philly fighters.
That was a rivalry. That was one thing I was going to ask you, because all Philly fighters, you know one each other from the amateurs, and you know, like Jesse Hart was a fan of David Reed, and David Reed was a fan of Melvin Taylor, and so forth. In Cleveland, Rock Allen beat, I guess, Kevin Alexander and Mike Peterson go to the Olympics. I mean, how well do you know Rock, and does that play into maybe a little hold in the Philly thing?
No, you know, I don't know Rock and Tiger. You know, Tiger comes around here sometimes still. You know, I see Rock here and there, and no, I don't call them, ask them any questions about the fight. You know, we just regular friends, and that's about it.
How important do you view this fight as progression in your career? Maybe?
I mean, I think every fight now is just, you know, I'm just building my legacy one fight at a time. You know, I've been a champion for 3 years. I've been a world champion for 3 years already. I've defended my title 5 times. I was an underdog 2 times in those 2 title defenses. So I think, you know, every fight now is just adding another fight onto my legacy. Yeah.
You win this one, you'll be 30-0. It's a big number. But how's that feel?
We're calling it Dirty 30. And it's amazing, man. My career is just like, my career, I see my career, you know, one fight at a time. And I just see it, you know. A lot of fighters say it goes by so fast, and it's just like, this is my 30th fight, and I soak in every moment of it, and I'm here in my 30th professional fight, and it's just a blessing.
You know, it's been 25 years since there was a lot of network, over-the-air network boxing, which is coming back now. I mean, CBS is getting a little bit, and NBC's in it. How important is it to have, because you get a much bigger audience than you can even on HBO or you know?
You know, I think it's very important. I think the whole point, the whole idea to this on the regular networks is to broaden boxing, to make boxing bigger, to bring boxing back where it used to be, And I think the first showcase on NBC had like 4.6. It peaked at like 4.6 million views. So, you know, I know the second one's gonna be even bigger. So, I'm blessed and I'm happy, and I can't wait to go out there a week and a half and showcase my skills.
Danny, even though this isn't a title fight, did you still pay your WBC fees?
Oh, I have no idea. I don't know about that. I don't know nothing about that. You know, I don't know. Maybe something was, maybe something was not. But as far as I know, nothing was.
Okay, because I know your mandatory Victor Posto, he's fighting on your undercard. Do you know about him?
Wow, you just told me now. So I know about him because he was my mandatory, but I didn't know he was fighting on my undercard.
Okay.
You know, one thing that I found very strange and certainly out of the ordinary was that I saw that the WBC was directing Stevenson, I guess if he wins this that he had to fight Kovalev. Basically, they're saying, well, we got to have a completely undefeated champion.
Okay.
You know, it used to be that the organizations would strip guys if they didn't fight their mandatory and everything. Do you think it's a good thing now that there appears to be a move towards more unification type belts and champions holding multiple belts?
You know, I think it's important. It's important, you know, because that's how it used to be back in the day. You know, there's one champion who had all the belts. You know, Bernard Hopkins did it. And, you know, I had two of the belts. I had two of the belts for 3 years. And, you know, and, yeah, well, of course, yeah, it's very important for the fighters to have multiple belts.
Danny, what did you take from Adrian Broner's win? And do you think you're on a possible collision course with him? It seems like something the fans want to see eventually.
He did good. He did what he's supposed to do against that guy. He outboxed him. And, you know, of course, anything can happen. So
you think
I'm up for whatever.
He was supposed to do that against that type of opponent, right?
Yeah, no
You weren't
doubt.
really impressed with that.
No, I mean, I was impressed. He did his thing. He did what he had to do. He outboxed his opponent, and that's what boxing's about. He did good.
What does Lamont Peterson do similarly and differently from Adrian Broner as far as being a boxer?
I think Lamont Peterson, he just tries to fight a little more, you know.
Do you think that's going to go to your advantage?
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. But I'm ready for whatever. If he wants to try to box, then I'm just going to have to be a lion and stalk him down. Or if he wants to fight, we can fight. Everybody knows I can fight.
Is it tempting
that's
to
not hard for me.
try to go for the knockout since you've seen what Matisse did and, you know, you've got that power, if not better?
No, I'm not going in there just trying to, you know, knock his head off all, you know, crazy. I'm going to go in there and beat Danny Garcia and set him up.
If you're going to be moving at some point in a not terribly distant future, 147, you got to be aware of these numbers are thrown around, you know, financially for May 2nd with Mayweather
big money
and Pacquiao. I got to believe that at some point, and you're not looking, certainly not looking past Lamont Peterson, you know, that you'd like to do a dance with one of those.
I would love to. I would love to. You know, that's what boxing's about, and that's every fighter's dream, just to fight on that stage. You know, of course, for a lot of money, all the exposure in the world. You know, but it's one fight at a time. And, you know, every fighter gets their chance to eat. Or, you know, everybody can't get to the table at one time. So I'm just taking it one fight at a time. That's it. One fight at a time.
With that kind of money floating out there, Danny, though, it's like how important is it now to go out there and say, hey, this is the prime time, now I've got to go out and do it.
Exactly. I got to go out there and do what I always do. I got to go out there and dominate. You know, I gotta win the fight. So that way, you know, those fights will always, the big fights will be alive for me. So, you know, it's very important for me to go out there and look good and win this fight. And go out there and show the world on NBC that, you know, Danny Garcia to all the new fans.
So you're saying there's a pretty good chance this will be your last fight before 147?
Yeah,
it's a good chance, but we'll see how I feel in the summertime.
You've been a champion for a while now. I mean, I was in Houston when you hit your first title fight and beat Morales. I mean, how much is different between now and then, the way you feel? I mean, you know, like it's almost like, wow, you know, I'm a world champion, but now.
Yeah. No, I feel even better now. You know, when I won the world title, it took me a long time for it to soak in to actually feel like I was a world champion. I think I really felt when I was solidifying myself as the world champion. You know, after I did defend my belt about 3 times already, but when I beat Matisse, I feel like that's when I solidified myself as the true champion. And I gave the fans what they wanted, and I beat them in good fashion, and it's just great. Now it's just history in the making.
Does it feel different for you outside of the ring now that you're you know, as you said, like sort of justified champion in your regular life? Is it different than, say, a few years ago? It's gotta
Oh, yeah,
be.
no
It's gotta
doubt.
be.
No doubt, you know. Everybody knows me now. You know, you walk next to P. Diddy and he say, "What's up, Danny? How's your pop?" So, you know, you know, life changed. You know, a lot of people look at you different now. And let me say, well, hard work, you know, anything's possible. So all that stuff, you know, it doesn't make my head bigger. It just motivates me to keep working hard.
Marcos Maidana's been calling you out at welterweight. Do you think that could be your first fight?
Yeah, that definitely could be my first fight. I think that's a good fight for me.
We called him.
You know?
We wanted Maidana before Matisse. When I asked them who's the killer at 40, they said Matisse. I said bring him down. We take Matisse.
But yeah, that's definitely a good fight for me.
He
I
can
think
get
that's a good style for me. You know, he comes forward, he's strong. I'm a strong boxer, puncher, and it'll be a good fight for the fans and a good fight for me.
Yeah, boxing is cyclical. You know, some divisions are hot in a particular year for a couple of years, and then 147 to 140, 154. There's a lot of stuff going on there.
You know, I think those weight divisions kind of dominated boxing in the last 10 years, if you ask me. You know, there's a lot of, especially 147 right now. You know, there's a lot of young stars at that weight. And 140, there's a lot of guys, you know, making their name in the game. So, you know, I think those weight classes carried boxing for the last 10 years, and it's exciting.
Going back to Brooklyn, it's second home for you.
Yeah, I love Brooklyn.
Yeah.
It's my fourth fight there.
Yeah.
It's my fourth fight there. I'm 3-0 with 2 knockouts. And I'm looking to make it 4-0 April 11th. It's a great atmosphere. I love the Barclays Center.
Barclays Center
You've been watching much boxing on TV lately?
I've been watching what?
Have you been watching much boxing on TV lately?
I watch boxing all the time. You know, I'm a student of the game, so you know, I'm always learning.
So did you watch the Mauricio Herrera, Jose Benavidez Jr. fight?
Yeah, I watched that fight. Yep.
Who'd you think won the fight?
I thought it was a close fight. I thought it was a tough fight. You know, could have went either way. He gave it to the young kid. You know, Herrera's a tough fighter. He got an awkward style. He makes, you know, tends to give young fighters an ugly-looking fight. It was a tough fight, you know. It was a good fight. Could have went either way. Benavidez won, and it was what it was.
I know you're proud of your Puerto Rican heritage and also of being a Philadelphia fighter. So it seems like this is a really good time for Philadelphia boxing. You've got Brian Tanning's going to fight Klitschko. You got Jesse Hart coming up and fighting on the Big Nate second card.
Yeah.
What about that? I mean,
Oh, it feels great, man. I just feel like it's taking pressure off me now. You know, it was either me or Bernard, and you know, nobody else was stepping up at that time. And, you know, it was just me. I had the title, and I'm just happy for everybody from Philadelphia, man. Because you know, it's crazy because people are starting to notice now this is a boxing market. Like, we have great fighters in Philadelphia, and I'm happy for Brian Jennings, Jesse Hart, you know, Gabriel Rosado, you know, all the young fighters who's doing their thing on TV, and I'm just happy for them, man. It's just Philadelphia is a boxing city, and it's just amazing, man. I'm just happy. Like I said, it's taking some pressure off me, so do your thing, man.
Well, Gabby fights on pay-per-view this weekend. You gonna watch it?
Huh?
Gabby fights on pay-per-view this weekend against Kurt Stevens.
Yeah, of course, man. You gotta support my Philadelphia native. He's a Philly Rican like me, so you know I gotta hold him down.
What do you think, Pops? Anything?
Oh, well, no, I'm saying April 11th. Don't forget to tune in. Don't go get the popcorn either, because you're going to miss out. And that bell ring, you better stay focused in that ring, because at the end of the day, man, I'm not trying to hurt him right now. The champ of the world is going to be a defense title. I mean, a catch-weight defense. I mean, he's going to be open. You know what I mean? Everybody look at him, look. Everybody humble. They think he's sweet. But we want him to think like that. We want him to think like that.
They should not go by that anymore,
No, but
right?
they still going by it. It's good. Keep it like that.
Danny, April 11th, Barclays Center, Mike Peterson.
Yes, sir.
You're a double world champion. He's a world champion. Title's not on the line. Does it make a difference to you?
No, it don't make a difference to me. Like I said before, God in War wasn't a title fight, and it's one of the greatest remembered fights ever. So I'm just ready, and come April 11th, the fans can expect what they was expecting.
This is your PBC debut.
Yes, sir.
How far ago did you know that you would be with PBC and no longer with Golden Boy?
When it happened, to be honest with you, when it happened, you know, Golden Boy, they built my career. You know, I'm grateful for that. They gave me the big fights. I'm grateful for everything. So there's no bad blood between me and Golden Boy. I was actually at Bernard Hopkins' birthday party a couple months back, and you know, I was there partying with Bernard, Robert Diaz, Eric Gomez, all the Golden Boy staff, Monica. So you know, it's just business, man. It's just business. So there's no hard feelings. They're still my family.
Okay, so you can see yourself working with the company in the future, like they have a fighter.
Yeah, it's boxing. You know, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Like I said, it's business, and work with anybody, fight anybody. It's just how the sport is.
I know you got a lot of questions about the weight, but this is going to be for Sky Sports Boxing Toe to Toe podcast. Can you elaborate on what's going on with the weight? I know you talked about it before, but for the international fans?
For the international fans who don't know the reason why I'm fighting at 143, you know, it's the management decision. This is the team decision to fight at this weight. You know, I've been fighting at 140 since 2006, since the amateur. So it's getting a little tough on my body. Like I said, if I can't make 140 in the summertime, I'm just gonna go up to 147.
And with your fight on the PBC, it's going to be on national television, nationally televised NBC. How does that feel to be fighting in front of the biggest crowd or the biggest audience as far as what is it going to be, likely 3 million plus watching? Oh man, it's a dream come true. You know, for any athlete to have millions of viewers. So it's something I always had a vision for when I was a young kid. I'm happy it's happening, and I'm happy the NBC accepted, you know, for us fighters to fight on NBC. It's just great. It's great for boxing. It's great for sports, and I'm very excited. Yeah, a couple more questions. I was by Spencer Farron. He's the host of the podcast Toe to Toe over on Sky Sports, and he wanted me to ask you, what are your thoughts on Amir Khan versus Kell Brook? Now, Kell Brook is the IBF 147-pound champion, but Amir Khan is the WBC mandatory for the winner of Floyd Mayweather versus Pacquiao. In your thoughts, what should Amir Khan do, in your opinion? Should he fight Kell Brook next? Or do you think it's wiser for him to wait and cash in on the Mayweather-Pacquiao sweepstakes?
I would like him to fight Kell Brook in the UK. I think that's a big fight, you know. I think that's a big fight, you know, two young guys in their prime from the UK. I think that'll be a huge fight in the UK. Whether to just risk taking a chance of waiting for Manny Pacquiao and Floyd, you know. I think I'd rather see him fight Kell Brook. That'll be a big fight in the UK.
And our final question: can you break down who you have as far as Mayweather and Mayweather versus Pacquiao, and why? And will you be in? When will you be at the fight?
I'll be there. I'll be there at the fight. I'll be there. I think it's a. Whoever shows up that night can win the fight. Whoever shows up that night can win the fight. I believe if Manny Pacquiao doesn't try too hard, he has a chance. But if he goes in there and reckless, throwing millions of punches, and he gets sloppy, if he uses his feet, come in and out, and use angles, he has a good chance. And as far as Floyd Mayweather, I just expect him to go in there, you know, use his movement, stay away from the left hand, land the right hand, land a couple body shots, break him down a little bit, and get Pacquiao frustrated. And who I got winning the fight, I think whoever shows up that night will win the fight. But if I had to bet on somebody, I'll have to bet on Floyd Mayweather by decision.
All right, thank you, champ.
Yes, sir.
You have anything? Okay. Lamont Peterson, where does he stack up amongst your previous opponents, do you think?
You know, to me, it's just another fight. It's just another fight in my career. You know, every fight's a big fight for me. I approach every fight like a big fight, and that's why I'm undefeated right now.
Okay.
So I wanted to ask about the picture that was taken with you and Adrian Broner. Is it photoshopped or was that a real picture?
No, that was a real picture. That was a real picture.
Now, why are you giving the slit your throat sign to him?
Oh, that's my killer instinct, you know, because We took that picture at the PBC
In LA,
the
right?
commercial, yeah, the commercial. And we was like, yo, we should take a picture face to face. You know what I'm saying? So
Now, you know, once he did that, everyone thought,
they made us actually delete the picture though.
oh, yeah?
Yeah, like they was like, take it out your phone. So I guess somebody in his camp still had the picture and he put it up, but you know, Al Heyman's team was like, come on, like, delete that shit. So I deleted it. He deleted it. I guess somebody else had it in their phone. So bang, it hit the
It's too
world.
late now. The cat's out the bag, and we all think that you guys are on this collision course. Is that something that we can possibly get?
Hey, like he said, it's just business, man. It's just business. It's not personal. I think me and Adrian Broner was the fight. It's with the two brightest young stars. Like, as far as popularity, me and him are the most, you know, popular young fighters, you know, next behind Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. So I think, you know, it'd be a great fight for the fans.
Now, how would that happen? Obviously, at 147, you know, he didn't have success with Maidana, not the type of success he wanted, and you're basically moving out of this division.
Yeah.
Would you do one last final true 140-pound fight if it was with Broner, or would you make him move up?
It's all about the timing. To be honest with you, it's all about timing. Like, if we was to do it right after this fight, I think I could do it. But if we was to wait like next year or something, like I ain't gonna be able to be at 140 next year.
So this is in your opinion, you think this is your last fight at 140 or 143, or is the decision amongst you, Heyman, and your father, or is it like, yo, I can't make weight anymore?
Yeah. The plan is for me to at least try to defend my title one more time in the summertime. But it has to be back to back. It can't be 8 months, like, you know. It can't be 8 months. It has to be like in July or something like that, or August. And I'll stay in the gym, stay sharp, and you know we could do one more.